carry looks like a briefcase that we can carry with us. But if there's an attack on the principal, open it up, over, and you have a ballistic vest, fully loaded 40 caliber handgun, extra magazine, plates in the front and back, as I said, level 3A. There's, the misconception that there's bulletproof vests. There's no such thing. They're bullet resistant, but they can help you. They can give you an extra edge. Washington, the center of American politics. So there's a lot of political rivalries and a melting pot of people as well. There's could be active threats from Middle Eastern terrorist groups trying to target CEOs of defense contractors. You have the Pentagon is here with so much. So there's so many different factors in DC. It's a very difficult city to protect people in. You always want the client behind the passenger seat because most of the drops are, we call a strong side drop. You want to drop them off on the curb. You don't want them stepping out into traffic. So that's why they're always right on that right-hand side. Our main goal as protectors isn't to fight the bad guy, it's to cover and evacuate the client. We're always looking at exit routes, how to get out, how to get away, how to get to a safe zone, how to protect our clients at all costs. Fighting the attacker is, if you have a larger team, you have separate people to do that. You have to have alternate routes, emergency routes, evacuation plans. If you see that traffic there ahead is too slow, so I'm going to take this exit here and go this way. It may take us a little longer, but we don't want to be stuck in that traffic where we're a wide open target. We don't want to get hemmed up too close to other vehicles where we don't have an escape route. We always want to have an escape route. We always want a way to get off the proverbial X. So right now we're approaching the entrance to Washington Reagan International Airport. The weakest point is always your departure and arrival locations because you could take dozens of different routes, but eventually you have to get to your destination. This is isolated from the general population, and the only people that are in here are the staff, and then of course people coming and going in the private aircraft. If this was a CEO of a defense contractor, he could actually have valid threats from Al-Qaeda, ISIS, anything, because he's the one making the missiles that are killing them. We have clients from a low threat, high profile, to high threat, high profile. And it all depends on the threat level. You could have a one-person detail up to a multitude of agents. You can have concentric circles, whereas you have someone on the client, and you have an outer ring, and then you have even a covert outer ring. So, you know, concentric circles of protection. You have counter-response teams. It all depends, you know. When you see a diplomat guarded by the State Department and Secret Service, it's a multitude of people. Risk is threat plus vulnerability. It's hard to get rid of the threat. We can't go and lock every single person up that's threatened our clients. So it's easier for us to limit the vulnerabilities, and that's how we bring the risk down. We try to eliminate any vulnerabilities that our client has towards these threats that have been made towards them. I'm always scanning, and my job is to see everything, to study human nature, to look for any signs, warning signs, body language, unusual behavior. We do in advance. We go ahead of time. The ideal situation would be to have an advance agent. One of the most important things is you want to see everybody's hands. If you can see their hands and there's no weapon in it, then you know there's no weapon. Of course, they can always reach and pull one out, but as long as you can see everyone's hands, that's your very first goal, and that's the very first thing that we observe. It's split-second judgments constantly. Every moment you're making split-second judgment, threat or no threat, threat or no threat, and different levels of it. I saw the guys in the car, so of course my mind was focused more on them than the family standing out there with a child. You know, clenched fists, excessive sweating, furtive glances. Those are some of my big tells. So those signs are precursors to an attack. It's almost the subconscious mind working. It's seeing all these things, and you see telltale body language or something that just doesn't look quite right. You have to practice. You'll be able to get it on in 10 seconds. Other agents would be clearing and evacuating the client. I would be strapping this on and engaging the threats. It's also something we could throw over our client in case there were bullets flying towards us. And so that's the importance of a piece of equipment like that. But